Hey guys, Ravenscare here. Glad you guys could join me today. We're back playing Feed the Beast Beyond. So, done a fair bit between episodes. First of all though, I haven't done anything to the outside or the exterior of the house. Don't think I've done, well I didn't really do it, actually Pi did it. Planted some sugarcane, some berry bushes. I got hit by a creeper here and this one blew apart. So that's what's slowly regrowing. We'll have a quick look at Pi's house across the water there, and I actually did find out where Grant's house is. It's over in that direction, so I'm going to pick some blueberries. Got some food, and I think it's about to go night time. Yep. So what we'll do, we'll have a quick sleep. Close the door. Come on. Come on. Sleep, sleep. There we go. So yeah, I've been playing with a few of the mods, couple of mod packs. I'll go through these draw things here very shortly, but they're really cool. I like them a lot. But we'll go through that in a little bit more detail. Let's have a look at the guys' houses first, and then we'll come back and see what I've done and what the future plans are going to be. What the hell? Where's he? Oh, he's under the ground. That's right. So you would have seen in the last episode that Pi just built this square brick house or wooden house. Just the basic stuff. He's got his cranking wheel here. Crank it away. And then he built a hobbit hole and he's got a heap of rubber trees on the top of his house. Okay. And looks like he's built a little farm at the back. What are these ones here? What's this? Industrial hemp. Okay. Oh, he found some worms. Okay, so we do have the worm pack. Okay, so that'll be one we'll go through shortly. That's cool. The worms are really cool. See what he's done in his big hobbit hole. Okay, so he's got his Tinker's Construct smeltery up and running. Very nice, very nice. Not much else in here. What's down here? Oh, he's put something down the bottom. Oh, he's got something else down here as well. So obviously Pi's got a massive plans in what he's doing in here. So it'll be interesting to see what he does over time, which would be great. A couple little rooms at the sides, and a room and a door that goes out the back. Very cool. Oops. Better close the doors. Creepers and stuff getting in. He'll kill me. And we've got Grant's house is all the way over the other side of the lake, which we probably need to put some sort of bridge or something across here, maybe to connect them all three of them up so it's easier to travel. But we'll look at doing that at a later date. A couple of things I want to do on this episode, guys, is actually start doing ore doubling, so it's sort of early machinery with ores, using getting a generator and a sag mill and an alloy smelter up and running. Where's Grant's house? It's around here somewhere. I think it's over this way. Some acacia wood. Should cut these down. We need a heap of wood too. So yeah, that's what we're sort of looking at today, and then sort of lay the plans down for future episodes that are coming up as well. Here's Grant's house. So he's done like all the berry bushes around the outside, so they'll actually eventually grow up to 3 high, and should grow over 2 through the middle. But don't expect too much when we walk down in here. Oh, hang on, he's done some work. He has. He's increased it. We've gone out a couple of blocks. Look at that. Lovely square building. Very architectural. He does a fantastic job. Thumbs up, Grant. Thumbs up. Anyway, we'll head back to where we were. Some more berry bushes there. So yeah, so we're looking at not my train of thought. So ore doubling, as I said before, getting the basic machines up and running. Then we'll look at doing some Tinker's stuff. So I've laid the platform down for the Tinkers and the smeltery, and I'll show you that in a sec when we get there, if I don't get lost. This is where we're going, this way. Also want to go out and look at a little bit of adventuring around the land, because I actually want to find a village, actually a village that has a Tinker's construct building, so we can want to sort of snavel the what are they? The tables, so we don't have to build them. Just being lazy. So anyway, we went through the house last time, so it hasn't much changed. Anything that's changed is that I've actually put on, I think I put the drying rack up for the zombie meat. So if you're not aware of that, you can actually hang, you get the, when you kill a zombie, drops its meat, you can make a drying rack, stick it up on the wall, and it dries the meat out for you out, so you can actually eat it, so you don't get sick. So munch on some berries. Okay, so these drawers, so they're called storage drawers, and they come in 3 different sizes. So we've got a 4x4, or 2x2, sorry. There's a half, and there's a full drawer. And they just come under drawers. I've already got it open. So you can see here, so you can do a full basic drawer, which holds 32 stacks of one item, so if it's cobble, dirt, all that sort of stuff. Then we can go up to a basic half, so 1x2, it holds 16 stacks in each drawer. Then it goes up to the 2x2, which holds 8 stacks of any item, which are the ones that are actually on the wall there now. And they actually come in 2 sizes, so we've got a full cube, and then we've got a half cube. Okay. And then on top of that, you've got a thing called a couple of controllers. So we've got a bit drawer, which I'm not too sure what that one does. It must be smaller items. And then we've got a bit drawer controller, or we've got a drawer controller. And you've got a compacting. So what I'm going to do in another episode is actually I've started doing mod reviews. So I've done one on simple shelves, which was my first one. And I'm actually looking at doing my second one on the storage drawers. And I'll go into a bit more detail in that mod review of what these do. So that's what we're using at the moment. So that's what these things are. So you can actually see, you actually throw, so you left click, grabs out 1, 3, or if you actually shift and left click, takes the whole stack, and then right click puts the whole stack into the drawer. So I'll grab a couple more. Nothing, just basic furnaces. So I've got some here. So you can see how the half ones, these are all halves. So they're not a full block. So you can actually see they're really cool. They can actually sit underneath like a tool rack or a bookcase. I'll just chuck some stuff in here because I was using that. Just to easy storage. I actually did a test also and actually put a 2x2 here in the wall to see what it looked like. Instead of doing normal plank wood walls, you could actually get away and actually embed the these drawers into a wall, and like from the outside it doesn't look too bad. You could probably get away with it, but if you're struggling for space, or you want to have a smaller house and maximize the area that you're living in, that's probably definitely an option to do. So so we've got a bookcase there, we've got a couple of books in there, we'll get a couple more yet once we start doing tinkers. So downstairs, I think I had this done already. We sunk the mine shaft down. I don't think I showed you guys the mine shaft. So what happened, I actually started sinking the mine shaft down through here, and then I got to a point where it opened out to a massive ravine underneath. I think I did, so this goes all the way down to about level 15 or something, I think it is, but the ravine won't go all the way out there, but yeah, the ravine's directly underneath us, right underneath the house. It's massive. I've already got some diamonds and everything from down there, which has been great. Okay, so what we've got here, this is going to be the smeltery room, so this is where Tinkers is going to go. So all I did here is just using the chisel, using a stick and an iron bar, made a chisel, as you can see here, and just right clicking on that, and that gives us, you put any stone, cobble in there, and it gives you all different patterns that you can use. Okay, and that's how we got this sort of stone. So using the marble with the chisel, and so with all the patterns around the bottom here. I actually finished it off. So this is my smeltery for Tinkers. It's actually quite huge, all the way to the bottom. There will come up a couple more layers here, probably another 2, and that'll be it. And that'll be our smeltery for Tinkers, and this is where we're going to run all our tables and everything down this side. It actually came out with the water you'll see in the stream that's just next to my house on the right. So I've actually put glass in and actually a bit more light because it was a little bit gloomy down here, so it looks like we're underwater, which looks pretty neat. Did some planking with the Sakara wood around the top, and then finished it off with the birch around the outside, and then used the chisel with this. Just going to finish off a little bit here, but this all sort of interlocks with each other and comes out quite nice. These are the 1x2 drawers, so you can see how anything you want to put in these, you can do a full wall, massive wall if you wanted to, and have everything in there. And then you've got the bit drawer controller, which does just one at a time sort of thing, so you can actually put the item that you want to put in there first, and then everything else you just come to here and just dump it all in, and it actually sorts it out into all the drawers for you. So that's a bit more work in progress there, so they're just being put in there for the time being because I didn't have enough room in space wise, but this wall actually will become a complete wall of drawers to coincide with what we're doing here with the smelter and stuff. So all our ores and all the stuff that we need for tools for Tinker's Construct will all be on this wall. That's as far as this room's going to be. This is it. But yeah, there's still a little bit to do on there. Over here, so this is going to be what we're going to be talking about today, in through here, and then in behind here is a big surprise which I'll reveal in a later episode. But once you get in there, I think it's come pretty good. But yeah, it's going to look sweet. But anyway, what we've got here, so this is our basic early game, I suppose. Pi had the grinder. You can build the grinder with the stick and stand there and try and grind the wheel out and get double your ore process. There's enough iron and stuff in the game at early stage in this pack that you don't need to be double oring from the very beginning, so there's no point making that grinder. So I've just gone straight to doing the actual additions coal generator. It holds a fair bit. We don't need a spanner or anything to undo these. So you can see here we hold 6,000 RF, or 60,000, sorry, and that's powered the whole lot. So that holds 1 million. So the SAG mill holds 1 million, and the alloy smelter holds 1 million as well. So what I've done is actually to do the plan for the coal generator. There's a beautiful thing now called move items. So just chuck in coal and you'll see it up on the list here, so coal generator. So this is the plan that we need. Now the beauty about the move items thing is that we can actually click on this button here when it's highlighted white, and it'll move that item. If we've got all this in our bag, click on that, it'll move it to the crafting table. I'll show you. So it tells you what we're missing. So everything that's highlighted in red, we're missing all that items. What I might do, guys, actually I'm going to go up. Oh, sorry. I'm actually going to go upstairs because that fire's annoying me. Okay, where were we? So yeah, so we've got the move items thing. So anything that's highlighted red there will show up that we don't have it. As soon as we put that in our bag, it'll give us the option to make that item, and I'll move the highlight to the crafting table, and then we just pull it off the crafting table into our bag. So what we needed, needed some black quartz, which you can find from level 0 to level 45 in the game currently. So you need one of them, a couple of sticks, and a few pieces of iron, and that'll give you your iron casing. If you click the arrow to the right, it'll give you what what actual editions manual says about this item, and what page to find it on. So that's a blue book that you get when you start doing actual additions. And that's pretty much it for the generator. We didn't need anything else. It's just a case, and that was it. So your generator is pretty simple. If you can get that black quartz, happy days. If you get into the nether first off the bat, you can actually combine, which if you click it again, you can combine nether quartz with coal, and that'll give you black quartz. also. So if you're struggling to find the black quartz in the game, you can go through to the nether, get some quartz, come back, and happy days, you're done. So the next thing you need after that will be the sag mill. A little bit more in depth with this one, so we need some flint, some iron bars, machine casings. So we're going to go down 3 levels on the machine case. So you want a basic capacitor. So you would have picked up plenty of copper because it's on level 1 or level 0 in the game. Smelt that down. Gold's probably going to be an issue. Once you get 1 gold, you can smelt that down and break that down into nuggets, and then some redstone obviously too, and that'll create your basic capacitor. Then we want to go from there, just make a basic piston. I'm not going to go through that, that's just 101 Minecraft piston wise. So get all that together, guys, chuck it in the thing, move it to the items once it's all done, and put it together. And the last thing you're going to need is an alloy smelter. Now we're going to need the alloy smelter for, where is it? There it is. So again, so we're going to need a machine casing, same as the sag mill. 3 basic furnaces, we all know how to make them. Some iron and a cauldron, so it's just a U shape with iron to make your cauldron. What you need the alloy smelter for is you need to combine redstone with iron to make some conduits. The conduits so we need not the enhanced one, we just need the basic energy conduit. Okay, so we need to make some of this conductive iron. So to make the conductive iron, you need to make the alloy smelter probably before the actual sag mill, because you're going to need to combine those the redstone and the iron together, but you don't have the conduits to run the power from the generator all the way around. So you just drop your generator down, power up, drop the alloy smelter next to it, smelt down your 2 together. So you chuck in, if I've got any iron, I've got in the chest here, we've got some iron. Oh, we're throwing stuff away. Doesn't matter what game I play, I end up throwing stuff away. Chuck in the redstone like so, and we chuck in some iron. So there's a few recipes in the game that require you to do combining other materials together to get certain bars or either, or to progress further higher with higher tier armor within the game. So it's cool now, it actually shows you how long it's got to produce. So we're at 90%. And what that does, that combines together, and we've got conductive iron. So then you combine 3 conductive iron with some what do we need? Some of this conduit binder. And to do the binder, we just need same as we need for the seared bricks for this Tinker's construct, gravel, sand and clay, but in that form, and that'll give you 8, and 8's one lot of that is plenty, unless you're going to do multiple machines. And once you've done them together, you put the conductive iron through the middle, the binders across either top and bottom, and then that'll give you 8 pieces. And what we use it for is that what I've done here, I'll get rid of that. So I've dropped a chest here. It's just got my coal in it at the moment. I can feed that into the generator. And then what I've got to put a chest above here, which what I do is actually drop in we drop in our ore. So just drop your ore in there, just keep piling it in, and that feeds into the sag mill, and you can actually configure it. So you need to configure, it's very easy these days to configure modules, because in the old days you used to have the arrow thing and it will get confusing, but these days you can actually got a 3D model and you just click on whichever you want, whatever you want. So just right click, so we don't want to push back into there, because we want to pull from the chest. So we're going to make it blue, so it's pulling the items from the chest into the sag mill. Then what that does its thing, does its breakdown. We've got some flint on the right hand side here, and what the flint does is it gives you an extra chance of getting something different. So it could be nickel, it could be platinum, all that sort of stuff depending on what you're breaking down. Cobble seems to be a very common byproduct, or stone. No, cobble it is, yes, yeah, cobble. Seems to be a very common byproduct of, say, iron and all those sort of common ores. So then that feeds, once that's broken down, that feeds through into the into our alloy smelter, and it'll just come straight in here, smelter out, and same deal, I've got it going into the chest on the right hand side. It's got a couple of modes also, so you've got furnace mode, which does everything. You've got alloys only, which only does alloy, like aluminium and all that sort of stuff. And you've got furnace only, which does, it won't cook your stone. So sometimes you can get clogged up with cobble, which gets obviously cooked into stone. So you've got to be careful that you're not producing a lot of, that this machine's taken up just burning cobble. So I just put it on furnace only, and that only smelts the ore that comes through in the powder. Once again, you can see here I've got the it's coming from, so it's pulling from here from the sag mill, and it's actually pushing into the chest next to it, which is what this is here. So it's all linked up at the moment. Back to the conduit binders though, we've got you can see here, so you just shift click on the generator down the end and just connect it all up all the way through, and that's it, you're done, power's done. So that's your early game, so ore doubling process, and it works quite well. So it's not very interesting to look at the moment, but I'll tidy all this room up, and it'll quite sweet. And once again, I'll put some of these storage drawers down below in that area as well. Future plans, okay, we're going to look at doing, we'll probably dive into PAM Harvestcraft, I think. I haven't done it yet at all in any of the, there's been a couple of packs I've actually played that actually has had that mod in the game, and I actually haven't dove into it. So I'm actually looking at doing something with that, and that could be, might have to do an extension on the house, and might put a big kitchen in and see what we can do with that. Probably play around with some deco craft, some Bilbio craft as well. I love all that little furnishing and sort of put your own spin on your house. Future plans for the house, I've got some things in mind, maybe knocking the house down and building a big tower, doing something with that with Blood Magic that's in the pack also. Probably will touch on Botania, haven't done that either. So as I said in my opening video, I haven't done a lot with these mods in Minecraft, but as we start using them, I'll do reviews of them as well. So yeah guys, that's probably about it. Just giving you guys an update, just the basics, an idea on how to do the start off with ore doubling. I think that's the quickest way to get that moving. I just noticed I haven't finished my chimney. I'd like to get onto that. I'd like to finish that off. I've done a little bit more on it, but yeah, haven't finished that off. Okay. Anyway. Alright guys, I might leave the video here. Make sure you guys hit that like key and leave any comments down below. Any mod that you want me to sort of review or give me some ideas would be muchly appreciated, because I'm a little bit nothing too complicated at the moment. Probably ease my way into the more advanced mods, I think, as I go. But yeah, feel free to chuck some comments down the bottom, guys. And as always, make sure you hit that like key and hit that subscribe button, because it helps everything out. And for those that have done so already, thank you very much. It's much appreciated. Your support has been fantastic. So anyway guys, I'm going to stand here and pick some berries, and I shall talk to you next time in the world of Minecraft. Oh crap.